Hare Krishna. Okay, so Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone for today's part two of Namabhasa
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
discussion. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Okay, so today is 13th January. On this day, we gathered here to continue our discussion. So I'm grateful to every one of you for joining us today for today's session. And so let's do our invocation prayer. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकाय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा करामयं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुश्रीयुक्तपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथन्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतपरिजनसहितं कृष्णा चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्ण सखाकनम् नमः ओम विष्णु पादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमदि भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पासाचरिस्तारिणे नमः ओम विष्णु पादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमदि भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती नामिने श्री वर्षभनाविडे विरहितये कृपाब्दये कृष्ण संबंध विघ्नदायिने प्रभवे नमः माधुर्यो जल प्रेमादि श्री रूपनुग भक्ति श्री गौर करुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमस्ते नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दीनतरिणे रूपनुग विरुदापसितान्तद्वान्तहरिणे नमो गौर किशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्य मूर्तये विप्रलंबर संबोधे पादं पूजयते नमः नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानंद नामिने गौर शक्ति स्वरूप रूपनुग वरायते गौरवीर्भव भूमे स्तुम निदस सज्जन प्रिय वैष्णव सरोभौमा श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः वंच कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितनं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः ओम महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गरतसे नमः पंचतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्त रूप स्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्त शक्तिकं हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधो जगत्पदे गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते ताप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुस्तिरिवि प्रणमामि हरि प्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव शरि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम राम हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं हरि ओम तत्सत् नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती जय पताका स्वामी नामने नामाचार्य पदाय निताय कृपा प्रदाय गौर कथामुदाय नगर ग्राम तारिणी ओके sent a message. Hare Krishna. So thank you all for joining us today, joining the today's morning session on 13th January. Okay, so I'm so grateful to each and every one of you. Yesterday we really had a fantastic discussion, and especially what Rajendran Prabhu did is such a wonderful takeaway. It shows that you are paying attention to the class very seriously and very closely, and your realization is very good, Prabhu. But now the most important part is you have to get your chanting back and beats. Have you got it, Rajendran Prabhu? Have you got your japa set? Are you there? Where is he? Hey, he's not here, is it? Just now I saw his name. Mataji Valliyamma. Is Rajendran Prabhu there? Oh, he's there, he's there. Oh, okay. Right, okay. You have please unmute yourself, Rajendran Prabhu. If you can hear me, please unmute. இல்ல அன்மியூட் பண்ணுங்க. ஐ கான்ட் ஹியர் யூ. ஐ கான்ட் ஹியர் யூ. அன்மியூட் அன்மியூட்.
Yeah.
எஸ் எஸ். ஓகே, கேக்குது கேக்குது கேக்குது. சொல்லுங்க.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Good
ஹரே
morning, Prabhu.
கிருஷ்ணா.
And
குட் மார்னிங்.
we have the Tulasi Mala and back இல்ல அந்த துளசி மாலை இருக்கு. அது நேத்து அவரு அதையே சான் பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சுட்டார். நான் கையில பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தேன்.
ஏன் போய் மாலையை வாங்கிக்க வேண்டியதானே?
இல்ல இருக்கு இருக்கு இருக்கு.
இல்ல இல்ல இல்ல, நீங்க வந்து go to the temple and get the மாலை. அது 108 மாலை பிளஸ் பேக். அந்த பேக் வந்து அதாவது எப்படி
ஓ
நான்
ஓ ஓ அப்ப நான் பேக் தான் எனக்கு வேணும். மாலை இருக்கு, பேக் வேணும்.
ஓகே பிரபு.
ஓகே ஓகே, அதே நீங்கள் சொன்னது போலயே வாங்கிட்டு வரோம்.
ஓகே, ஏன்னா இந்த ஆளுக்காட்டி விரல் வந்து தொடக்கூடாது.
ஓ
ஆளுக்காட்டி விரல் வந்து அந்த மாலையில தொடக்கூடாது, படக்கூடாது.
மாலையில படக்கூடாதா? அப்ப
ஆமா,
நம்ம
அதனாலதான் இல்ல, கவனிங்க, இங்க கவனிங்க. அதனாலதான் இந்த மாதிரி இந்த பேக் இருந்துச்சுன்னா நீங்க இந்த ஆளுக்காட்டி விரல் எடுத்து அப்படி நேரா உள்ளுக்கு விட்டு இப்படி வச்சுக்கலாம். தெரியுதா? இல்லைங்க, நான் வந்து என் பேக்ரவுண்ட் இது பண்றேன். ஓகே, அதாவது இந்த பேக் இருந்துச்சுன்னா இந்த ஆள் கட்டி வர தோரம் இருக்கு பாருங்க, இது உள்ளுக்கு இப்படி விட்டீங்கன்னா you keep like this. So this one don't touch your bead. Okay, then என்னோட சாம்பிள் பிட்ஸ்ல காணும் கடை இல்லைங்க. சரி, மாலை ஓகே. ஓகே, உதாரணம். அப்ப இந்த மாலை எப்படி இருக்குன்னு வச்சுக்கோமே, விரல் எப்படி வச்சுக்கணும், விரல் இப்படி, இந்த இந்த நடு விரலும் இந்த கட்டை விரலும், இந்த ரெண்டு விரல் இருக்குல்ல, you have to hold the beads like you have to hold the beads like this. So one bead you chant one mantra, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. You go to the next one. So you should keep these all inside the bag. You should keep it like this inside the bag, and your alphabet viral come out, and you
like that. Okay.
So I ask you to get this thing. Go to the bag, go and get a jabamala. Okay, must be 108, and there's also a counter. Counter na side la irukum. Once you finish 108, you pull down 1. 108 முடிச்சோனா you pull down 2. அது ஒரு கவுண்டர் இருக்கும், 20 இருக்கும் அதுல. அப்ப வந்து ஒரு நாளைக்கு 16 தடவை நீங்க செய்யணும், அவ்வளவுதான். சரியா?
அந்த பீச்லயே தனியா ஒரு 20 இருக்கா? இல்ல,
அது சைடுல கவுண்டர் இருக்கும். சைடுல கவுண்டர் இருக்கும். அது வந்து கவுண்டர் வந்து சைடுல மாட்டி வச்சுக்குவீங்க. சைடுல கவுண்டர் மாட்டி வச்சுக்கிட்டு நீங்க வந்து சான் பண்ணும்போது இப்ப பெரிய என்னோட பீஸ் ஓகே ஓகே ஐ ஷோ யூ திஸ் ஒன். ரைட், அப்ப வந்துட்டு இந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும்ல, இந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும் மாலை. ஓகே, எப்படி இருக்கும்னா இந்த மாதிரி மாலை இருக்கும். மாலையில வந்து ஒண்ணு பெருசு இருக்கும், ஒண்ணு சின்னது இருக்கும். ஒண்ணு பெருசு, ஒண்ணு சின்னது. அப்ப நீங்க இந்த ரெண்டு விரல் எடுத்து இந்த இந்த பெருசுல நீங்க கை வைக்கணும், விரல் வைக்கணும். விரல் வச்சு ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா 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 ஹரே ஹரே, ஹரே ராம் ராம ராம் ஹரே ஹரே. இரண்டாவது, ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா 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 ஹரே ஹரே, ஹரே ராம் 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 ஹரே ஹரே. மூணாவது, அப்படியே நீங்க வந்துகிட்டு கடைசி சின்ன 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 மாலையில நிப்பாட்டுவீங்க. You stop at the small one. When you stop at the small one, what happen? It means you have already completed one round. So you pull down one. Then you start again. How you start? When you finish at the small beads, when you complete at the small beads, okay, இப்படியே வந்துகிட்டு இங்க முடியுது. Alright, you complete here, right? You complete close at the small one. Now turn and now start from the small one. And you come down until you reach the big one. After you reach the big one, you turn, you continue like this. You இப்படிதான் போணும். You shouldn't come finish at the small one, cross. முடிச்சோனே திருப்பி cross பண்ணக்கூடாது. பெருசுல ஆரம்பிச்சு சின்னதுல முடிக்கணும், சின்னதுல ஆரம்பிச்சு பெருசுல முடிக்கணும், பெருசுல ஆரம்பிச்சு சின்னதுல முடிக்கணும். அப்ப பெருசுல இருந்து சின்னது முடிஞ்சோடனே ஒரு மாலை ஒரு 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 இதை இழுத்துக்க வேண்டியதான். அப்புறம் சின்னதுல இருந்து பெருசுக்கு வந்தோடனே இன்னொன்னு இழுத்துக்க வேண்டியதான். அப்படியே நீங்க ஒரு நாளைக்கு 16 தடவை செய்யணும். ஓகேயா?
பிரபு இந்த
பிரபு.
பரமும் இந்த பரமும் இந்த பரமும் இந்த பரமும் ரைட்.
ஆமா, ஆரம்பிக்கும் போது பெருசுல இருந்து ஆரம்பிக்கணும். பெருசுல இருந்து ஆரம்பிச்சு நீங்க வந்து ஏறக்குறைய வந்து ஒரு 16 தடவை, அதாவது ஒரு 1.5 மணி நேரம் எடுக்கும். சோ 1.5 மணி நேரத்துக்கு வந்து நீங்க வந்து அதை நீங்க செய்யறது வந்து ரொம்ப நல்லது. ஓகேயா?
எஸ் பிரபு, நீங்க போய் வாங்குறேன் பிரபு.
மொத வேலை, ஏன்னா உங்களுக்கு இவ்வளவு ரியலைசேஷன் கிடைச்சிருச்சு. இந்த இவ்வளவு ரியலைசேஷன் கிடைச்சோன்னே the best thing what you should do, immediately get one and start chanting. So
Om Prabhu.
best if you start, don't stop. One sitting, do your 16. You start your mala until 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Complete your 16. It's going to take you only 1.5 hours. So spend 1.5 hours in chanting the holy name. And we understand, if you chant the holy name, I don't need to tell you what is the advantage, because you all have seen the advantage already. Ingle paathitinga, you understood, you made a fantastic conclusion, you gave a very good understanding. So I don't need to convince you further why you should chant. So the only thing is, do it immediately. don't delay any longer. சரியா?
Thank you பிரபு.
So ஆளுக்கு ஒண்ணு வாங்கிக்கணும். நீங்க பயிற்சி அவங்க கொடுக்க கூடாது. The beats should not be shared. Oh, I use first, then okay, now your wife, you do it. அப்படி வேணாம். You have your one, your wife will have one.
Yes.
Okay? Go on chanting. Fantastic.
Thank you
Fantastic.
பிரபு. Thank you பிரபு.
இருங்க please.
Very nice. Very nice. Wow. That's so interesting, so exciting. When you see when people can take up chanting of the holy name, that is the most exciting thing. All right. So what do I gain? Is it something like MLM business? I sponsor Rajendran Prabhu and his wife, and he become a diamond, so I become a double diamond. No, not like that. It is not MLM. All right. It's not multi-level. But that is the duty that we have taken a vow to our Guru to preach and to convince people about the chanting of the holy name. Okay. Right. So, okay, now let's start our session today. So, yesterday,
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So, yesterday we have did this understanding, great understanding. All right. Because Krishna's name is invested. There's a lot of investment here. There's a message here. Raja Prema. Oh, spiritual MLM. Yeah. So because of the holy name is invested, there's a lot of investment with Krishna's transcendental energy. All right. There's a lot of investment invested with Krishna's this thing. So even by chanting in Namabhasa, all right, even you're chanting without attention, not perfectly. Namabhasa, in other words, what we can say, imperfect chanting. Even you're not doing it properly, not perfect at all. It's okay. One can still attain the goals of Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. All right. Okay. And the cherished aim of Varnashram. Varnashram, there's a lot of aim to achieve. And for that, you have to do a lot of ritual. All that, no need. So just by chanting, you can even attain your cherished aim of Varnashram system. And the chanting can give the position of happiness in this material world. Material, not world, universe. Okay. We are not talking about material world, but material universe. And this is the only resort for the helpless. If you think your life is, your life sucks, your life is challenging, you don't have any other choice. All right. If you have a choice, then you can try. But there's no choice in this world. You cannot do this. You cannot do the Ulundu Parandu, Anga Pradesam. You go to the Himalaya, you walk up to the thing. All doesn't work. All right. The only resort is to chant. And one can go up to the border of Vaikuntha planet. All right. Yesterday we discussed this. You can go up to the border. All right. You can go up, surpassing even Satyaloka. In order to go to Satyaloka or place of Brahma, you have to do lots of severe austerities and rituals. But here, by chanting in Namabhasa, inattentive, you can go up to that border. So the scripture recommends the name as the process in Kali Yuga in particular. So this is the only process in Kali Yuga. Okay, now let's start our today's session. Namabhasa as unintentional pious activity. So Namabhasa or not paying attention as unintentional pious activity. That means we are doing pious activity, but this is without intention. Can be classified into 4 types. Okay. So Namabhasa as unintentional. That means, see, we are now intentionally chanting, but we are chanting in Namabhasa or non-attentive. But what happened when a person simply chant without any intention for pious activity? I'm chanting this because I want to do some pious activity. I want to achieve something. I don't care. I just do it. All right. I don't have any intention. So this is the situation where it's divided into, all right, it's classed into 4 types. All right. So let's look at that. What are the types? Sanketa, Parihasa, Stoba, and Hela. All right. Now let's start the first one. Chanting in Sanketa. What is Sanketa? Means indirectly. All right. Indirectly. Indirect chanting. Okay. How to understand the indirect chanting is like this. Indirectly means that one chants the name of Vishnu or Krishna with a specific material conception. All right. So that means they chant, that one chants the name of Vishnu or Krishna with a specific material conception. I'm doing this because I want to achieve something. Or chants the holy name unintentionally while thinking of some other object with same sound. Okay. Example 1. When a person is down with severe disease, all right, they're down with disease, all right, knowing, or dread disease. So usually what they do, they chant the name of Dhanvantri. They give a Dhanvantri Gayatri, or if the person is, if a Brahmin initiated, they give Dhanvantri Gayatri, the Gayatri mantra for Dhanvantri. So what we understand, the Gayatri mantra only can be chanted by the Brahmanas. Not any Tom, Dick, and Harry can chant. Like what some other place. Om Bur Bhuvat Swaha Tatsa Vinod Barenium Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yonat Prachodayat. This is nobody should chant. But of course, they're only doing the first thing, which has almost no effect. There, no problem over that. But the second, third is a confidential mantra. So when a person is initiated Brahmin, they chant Dhanvantri Gayatri. But those who are not distinct, they just chant Dhanvantri Mula Mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Dhanvantriye Namaha or Om Dhanvantriye Namaha. Why? Because my body is so much of illness, and Dhanvantri is the incarnation of Krishna as a doctor, as a medicinal propensity. So that means this the one chants the name of Vishnu, one chant the name of Vishnu, okay, with a specific material conception. Or at the same time chants the holy name unintentionally. They simply chant it unintentionally while thinking or of some other object with the same sound. Okay. So what is the example here? The example is that the first type is Ajamila. All right. Now here, Bhakti Vinod, what they call Haridas Thakur is giving example of Ajamila. Okay, Ajamila is the one who chants the name of Vishnu unintentionally. Okay, what is Ajamila's story? Okay, it's like this. Ajamila called the name of his son, who happened to be Narayana. Yes? Someone sing something? Okay. So, Ajamila, he named the son Narayana. Okay. Then what he did? He chanted the name of Vishnu, but with intention of calling his son. All right. He named this Vishnu. I mean, he called the son. His intention to call his son because he saw Yamadutas. Because still, I mean, he saw Yamadutas who come on to take his life away, take him to hell. When he saw that, he was so scared. He saw the sun is playing at the side. Narayana, Narayana, save me. Narayana, save me. Calling the sun. But still he was saved from the Yamadutas. Then eventually attained Vaikunta. All right. So that's the thing. That's why in those days they named the children after Krishna's name. Narayana, Vishnu, Ramachandra, Ramadas, Parandama. These were the standard name. Uni Krishnan. This is the Manavali. Okay, this is all typical Malayali name. Manavali. All right. Palsami. Palsami means the one who sleeps on the Pal Kadal, or the one who sleeps in the milk ocean. Karnadakshayi. Palchami. Right? They give all these kind of names. But now in Kali Yuga, everybody gets gone crazy. They all follow this stupid numerology. Simply change here and there. Name the child after the actors. Dhanush, Kushpu, right? Sneha, Silk Sumita. Anyway, I'm just joking. I've not seen people named after Silk Sumita, right? Ramba, Urvasi. All these kind of names. What happened when you call your child after the name? I have known someone who's even named the child Ravana because of this nonsense Tamil patru, the Tamil sentiment. They think Ravana is a great Tamil king, but he's a Ravana. But they forgot that Ravana was not born in, this thing is not a native Tamil. He's born in Gujarat. These kind of nonsense things, right? So they start to name the children after Kashpush or this kind of after they follow. Like one guy, he gave me his name card. I just couldn't pronounce his name. I said, what is this? I mean, how to pronounce your name, lah? This, something. You know what is his name? Ramachandra. And that stupid one idiotic numerologist came and confused him. Told him, you change your name like this, you'll be very successful. So, Iranna Narama, something like that. I can't even pronounce it. I say, who's this stupid fellow who did this to you? And he got very offended. Oh, no, you don't talk about him. You know, he's like that. Then I thought, okay. Despite he's my friend, when I say he says I'm criticizing, I just didn't say anything. After a few 6-7 months later, you know, when I went to take medicine for my mom from that KK Jalapang, I saw him having a stroke. Then I asked him, what happened to you? He said, no. Then you said, if you change your name, all these things will happen. What happened to you? They said, don't talk about it. Okay, I don't want to talk about it. So these kind of mad things. So we should always remember, we should name our children. Like all of you are senior citizens. Seniors are here. When your children or your grandchildren, whoever, like you start to have children, I mean, when you start to see, please name your children after Krishna's name. Even you're not interested, but by just calling them, you are saved. You know, by just calling them, it is also come under the Sanketa, indirect chanting. You know, don't name after these nonsense, what they call, politician, actors, actresses, or follow this nonsense numerology. Just name your child after Krishna's name. And that is going to be very beneficial. All right. So like that. So when Ajamila was chanting, the calling the name of the sun, he was saved from Yamaduta. That eventually he went to Vaikuntha. An example of sound type of Sanketa. All right. Sanketa means is what? This the Yavanas who exclaim haram. So you know who is Yavana already. All right. So the example of second type. First we spoke about, what we said? We spoke about Sanketa. Sanketa one is indirect. That means like Ajamila. Second is how the Yavana, when they call haram. All right. This Yavana was Mutran, was hit by a wild boar while he was diving, while he's dying. He said haram, haram, haram because the pig hit him while he's dying. Because the syllable ha and ram are present forming the name of Lord accidentally. Accidentally, it formed the name of the Lord. That person attains liberation. Did he go to Vaikuntha? No, he attained liberation. What is the liberation? He came to the right path and eventually he'll be born as a devotee and he continues. All right. Because this type of Namabhasa is the least offensive. It's very less offense because the power of the holy name is intact to a large degree. All right. So this kind of Namabhasa like Ha, Ram, Ha, Hari, Hare, or Ram. So this kind of thing is less offensive. All right. And the holy name is intact to a large degree. Okay. One, then after that, what do you call, Haridas Thakur continuing, he says, one who utters the name of the Lord in parihasa. Parihasa means what? Joking. Such as Jarasandha. Example, Jarasandha. He uttered the name of the Lord in a joking mood. Also crosses over the material world. Now uttering the name in stoba and or derision, like Sisupala did. What is derision means? Angry, criticizing, severely criticizing. Can also cut the chains of material existence. All right. And also the uttering in hela. Hela means what? In disregard, without attention, also brings benefit. Like the Malichas attain liberation, all these types of Namabhasa. So the Malichas means the low born. They attain liberation by all these 4 types of Namabhasa. What is the 4 types of Namabhasa again? Sanketa, Parihasa, Stoba, and Hela. All right. So when we simply name our child or grandchild after Krishna's name, everyone benefits. The teacher who screams at your grandchild in the school also benefit. Oi, Krishna! Piam! When you say Krishna, he or she benefits. So it's very important. So this is one way how the Malichas attain liberation by all these types of Namabhasa. Now, the next thing. These types of Namabhasa, coincident, jest, derision, and disregard. Okay? Being without real faith in Krishna. Being without real faith in Krishna. Also situated on the lower border of Namabhasa. So Namabhasa got border. It's still in the lower border of Namabhasa. On the other hand, if one has genuine faith in Krishna and takes to the holy name while anarthas are still present. That means if one have a genuine faith, I have a genuine faith in Krishna and I take to the holy name, but still I have my anarthas, I still have ego, I still have all these kind of things still present. At that stage is called as Shraddha Namabhasa. So now we are coming to the level of Shraddha Namabhasa. So I know Krishna, the Supreme Personality. I have strong faith in Krishna. I love Krishna. I love to pray to Krishna. I love to talk about Krishna. You know, I am distributing Bhagavad Gita. I'm chanting and dancing and everything. But still I have anarthas. I still have mandakarvam. I still have ego. I still have frustration. I still can get angry. I still can get annoyed. So that is place is called as Shraddha Namabhasa. Okay? Shraddha Namabhasa. Now, since even by chanting in Namabhasa without faith, one can attain liberation. Can you imagine? Mark this word. Even by chanting the Namabhasa without faith, I don't have faith, but simply playing the fool, also can give you liberation. How can one describe the result of chanting in Namabhasa with faith? How can you describe? Even without faith, you can go to Vaikuntha. Even without faith, you can get liberation. Right? Sisupala was so angry with Krishna, cursing Krishna. He attained liberation. Right? But what happened when a person starts to chant with faith? Who can describe it? Now, by chanting in Namabhasa, one can get everything except prema. Please underline this statement. By chanting in Namabhasa, all right? Okay, now we are chanting in Namabhasa. One can get everything except prema. You can never get prema, but everything you get. All right? You can get liberation. All right? Even you can go up to Vaikuntha, or even you can go near Vaikuntha. You can go up to Brahmaloka. You can stay along with Brahma in Satyaloka. You know, you can achieve all material, Artha, Kama, Moksha, everything, whatever things that you need, everything is given. but you cannot get prema. So what we can understand from this? Namabhasa is like Aladdin magic lamp. You know the Aladdin magic, you just say, whoop, yes, master, what do you want? Nama, that's why they call Harinama Cintamani. Right? What is Harinama Cintamani? Can anyone tell me? This is Cintamani. What does it mean? What is Cintamani?
Touchstone Prabhu.
What is touchstone?
நம்ம என்ன கேட்டாலும் அது டக்குன்னு கிடைச்சிரும்.
Yes. So that means whatever thing you ask, fulfilled. If I just take this water bottle, I take the touchstone and put it, turn into golden water bottle, golden vessel.
But I
Now
thought
you
the touchstone is, if you touch iron, it will turn into gold. Not like whatever you desire, you will get. Everything will turn into gold.
Yes. Yeah, if you turn to gold means all your desire fulfilled, right?
Yeah.
Material desire.
Get whatever you desire, but it's only changing into gold.
Yeah. So everything that you want. All right. Now I want to have a big house. I take the touchstone and touch something, turn into gold. I go and sell. Money is there. Because those days it's not money, ringgit or dollar. It's gold. So you can get anything. That's why I call Harinama Cintamani. This is why the studying that we are doing here, the book we are studying here is Harinama Cintamani. So Haridas Thakur is telling, by chanting in Namabhasa, one can get everything except prema. All right. So anyway, so what we understood when we are doing this Gita Gyan, when someone came and approached, I think Sanatan Goswami, right? Yeah. He said, please give me wealth. Prabhu, help, bless me. I need money. He said, can you go to the dustbin? There's one stone there, take and go. Then he took Cintamani stone. Then he took all the vessels, all turned into gold. Then he started to wonder. He kept this in a dustbin. Then what he had? Then he went back to him again. Well, Prabhu, that day when I asked, you asked me to pick it up from the dustbin. Do you have something which is even greater than that? Yes. Can I have that? Can. So what should I do? Take all the things that you turn into gold, including the stone, throw into Yamuna and come here. So that man came, took all the richness that he made, he threw into the Yamuna, he took the touchstone, he threw it into the Yamuna, he came and said, yes. So what is that? Something greater than touchstone. Then he started to initiate him. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All right. So even in Namabhasa, one can get everything except prema. Because the goal of a devotee is prema. We
Prabhu,
have
Hare
studied
Krishna,
that.
Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji.
So, can get everything except prema. Even Bhava stage கூட போலாமா Prabhu?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, you can go up to Bhava, but you can never get prema.
okay, thanks Prabhu.
Tell me why, Mataji?
Because that we can granted by Krishna alone.
Who?
By Krishna alone.
What? Krishna alone what?
கிருஷ்ணரால மட்டும் தான் பிரேம கொடுக்க முடியும், not by our own
Yes.
endeavor.
Correct. Our own endeavor, we can go up to
Bhava.
Bhava. Yes. We studied that in Nectar of Devotion. With our own endeavor, we can go up to Bhava. Ecstatic. But the prema only Krishna can give. Okay. So now they say what Haridas Thakur is saying, by chanting in Namabhasa, one can get everything except prema. Right? Now, another exciting thing. Let's see. If one gets to the point of Shraddha Namabhasa. So now what happened? If one come to the point of Shraddha Namabhasa. Okay. Quickly the anarthas will go and the pure name will revealed. So that means we have start to have faith. Now we start to chant like Rajendran Prabhu, who is a brand new person, came from Gita Gyan program. After the Gita Gyan, he start to have faith. Yes, Krishna is the Supreme Personality. He start to accept it. And his wife was in ecstasy during that testimony, Valliyamma Mataji. She even teared. After 67 years, at last I got Krishna. And now, After going through this, the faith is there. Now he start to chant. Yes, he start to realize chanting Hare Krishna is very important. And that is called Shraddha Namabhas. So when a person chant in Shraddha Namabhas, he won't come to the point of Shraddha Namabhas. What is the advantage? He will be quickly all the anarthas will go and the pure name will be revealed. What is the pure name? Shuddha Nam. All right. So now Rupa Goswami, Haridas Thakur is continuing. So chanting the pure name, which is Shuddha Nam, one will certainly get prema very quickly. So when the person chanting the pure name, one will certainly get prema very quickly. Prema will very quickly. Now let's see. So how can I get prema, pure name? How? Or Shuddha Nam? How can I get it? How? When I come to the level of Shraddha Namabhas. So the pure name I will get if I can come to the level of Shraddha Namabhas. So how pure name means? That means I'm purely out of all this nonsense, all these kind of anarthas, lust, anger, kama, krodha, matsarya, all this kind of envy, all these kind of things, right? I'm out of this sense definition. When I see someone very rich, I become very angry because my eyes start to see the richness. When I hear somebody is having a good life, my heart starts burning in envy. My ears become purified because I don't allow that thing. So my mind starts to say, I am so happy for him. I wish he can take up Krishna consciousness. Right? When I see something, so that means your indiriya, everything, this thing, all get purified. So what happens if I come to the Shraddha Namabhas? What is the advantage? When can I get the pure name? If all the anarthas gone. So when all the anarthas gone, I will get the pure name. So when this thing happen, that's when I can achieve this pure name. Can you see? So you are all somewhere other in Shraddha Namabhas. So when we are in Shraddha Namabhas, we have to be very careful to develop. Yes, Sakhi Mataji.
பிரபு எப்படி நம்ம ஸ்ரத்தா நாமபாஸ்ல இருக்கிறோமோ நமக்கு தெரியும் பிரபு.
உங்களுக்கு faith இருக்குதானே கிருஷ்ணா மேல? அதுதான். ஸ்ரத்தா என்னது?
ஸ்ரத்தா நம்பிக்கை.
Nambike, faith. So you have the faith and you're chanting Hare Krishna. That's called Shraddha Namabhas.
But the
But
anarthas will go quickly னு போட்டுருக்காங்களே பிரபு.
Here's the thing. See now, that's why knowledge is power, Mataji. So now you have Shraddha, you have faith in Krishna, you are chanting, but the problem is you never realize. I mean, not to say your problem, even me, we didn't realize how powerful is the chanting. We all know chant Hare Krishna. And are we doing chanting properly? Also, we don't know. But now when we study, we understand. Oh, so now I am not only in Namabhas, but I came to the level of Shraddha Namabhas. So when I am in the level of Shraddha Namabhas, I have that possibility of achieving Shuddha Nam very quickly. If I can get Shuddha Nam very quickly, I will come to the level of Prema very quickly. From when I achieve this, I come to the level of what? Prema very quickly. So what you should do now?
Chant more rounds, Prabhu, attentively.
No. With this knowledge, you're chanting. Okay, now I want to ask you a question. Okay, those who have attended yesterday, after the program, you chant. Is there any difference in your chanting? Can anyone just unmute yourself and tell me? You are chanting every day, but after yesterday, you realize that you're chanting a very powerful mantra. Did you feel a kind of difference yesterday? Anyone? Those who attended yesterday's class. Chong Prabhu? Charan Lakshmi Mataji or whoever? Sarus Mataji was not there yesterday, I think. Mangala Rukmani Mataji?
Not yet, Prabhu. I have not come to that stage yet.
No, I didn't ask the stage. I'm saying, did you feel any difference or not?
I was concentrating on the words only, la, Prabhu, on the chanting only, Prabhu.
That means you're concentrating on the chanting. All this while you
Yes.
never concentrated.
I was, but now at least my mind was running away. Now I can concentrate to put the mind on that this one, on the chanting.
Any difference between day before yesterday and yesterday?
Yes, there is a little bit, Prabhu. I can feel it.
Exactly. Because after yesterday's session, even when I chant, I felt a big difference. Right? So, we understand, Saki Mataji, that Shraddha. Now we understand we are in Shraddha. We have taken initiation. All right. Now we are chanting. So now we are not chanting it properly. We have a lot of other anarthas and everything. But now it's okay. But this is called Shraddha. That means you have the faith and you are chanting. So when you can go on to like what they call Mangala Rukmini Mataji said. Day before yesterday and yesterday was a little difference. And yesterday she paid attention to the name. So like that. So when she going to develop this, prolong, she'll come to the level of pure name. You got it, Mataji?
புரியுது
Well,
Prabhu. புரியுது.
okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. So now let's continue. Okay. Now we understand. So that means when we have the Shraddha Namabhas, we know that we're going to get prema very quickly. And then he continues. It can be concluded, therefore, that Namabhas itself cannot give Krishna prema. If you want Krishna prema, very simple. Chant attentively and start with Krishna. So we can. So therefore, the Namabhas itself cannot give Krishna prema. Then he says, but by progressing from this stage to the stage of Shuddhana, by means of following rules of sadhana as laid down by the Guru, one can get love of God. Okay, now let's look at that. Now, we understand, therefore, that we say that Namabhas cannot give Krishna prema. But by progressing how? By the means of the following rules. Right? Rules given by who? Which was given by the Guru. Right? The rules that is given by the Guru. So one can get love of God. You can come to the level of prema. So how to understand this? So we have to follow the rules that laid down by a Guru, Sri Guru. So we have to follow the 4 regulative principles. That's a standard procedure. No meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, and no illicit sex. First rules, first that. Then we followed as what suggested by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita and seconded by the Acharyas of Gaudiya Sampradaya. That we should be always try to be in the level of the mode of goodness. There's so many things we can keep our mind in goodness. We can keep our thought in the mode of goodness. We can even keep our habit in the mode of goodness. But there's something, like for instance, the fruit of the tree is good because the root is healthy. You are today here because what you have eaten yesterday. If you ate rubbish, today you will be sickly. All right? So, there is a place where the energy arises. There's a core place. Mula Karanam. There's a core place where the energy is generated. That's why in the rules of Vastu, they say if you have a room in a wrong place, so what's the big deal? I keep the room anywhere I like. So what's the big deal? Very simple. You are rejuvenating your energy in a wrong place. You rejuvenate negatively. That's the rules of Vastu. Anyway, so what I'm trying to tell you here is there is something that rejuvenates the energy. And that is the essential part. And what is that? The food that we eat. The food that we eat, we have to be very careful. Sometimes they ask, why you people are so fanatic? Why this cannot eat, that cannot eat? Okay, we don't take onion and garlic. Then we don't take mushroom. Then we don't take patai. We don't take durian. Why? All this food is in the mode of ignorance. All right? All this food in mode of ignorance. When you take that food and the food get into your system, it digests. What kind of energy it's going to give you? Ignorant energy. Manda nilai. Tamasa gunam. Right? When you take something which is in the mode of goodness, like dal, like a rice and all these kind of things, right? The mode of goodness. The chewable, the suckable, all these things relishes the mind. What happened to you? You feel very generated. You feel very calm and composed. If you eat in the food in the mode of passion, after you eat, you feel accelerated. You feel very accelerated. You start to see your mind working very fast, very quickly. If your mind starts to go very quickly, it's no good. You can't even concentrate in your chanting. So we have to think. If I want to progress, okay, we should think the food that we eat. Right? Like sometimes the dietitians say you must eat a balanced diet. Come on. Nowadays, there's no such thing balanced diet. There's no able cook to give you balanced diet. We are basically eating rubbish. Yes or not? Do you all agree? Right? The rice, you should not cook in the cooker. You should wash it. Vadichi saapano. If you put in cooker, disease. In those days, the rice is only during the festivity. But usually people eat what? Buckwheat. What is it? Moringa.
கேழ்வரகு கம்பு
Kelvaragu, kambu, and all this kind of alternative that was the food they eat. And they lived a long life. The rice only they eat on festival. Wedding, festival is the time they eat rice. Right? The worst come to us, they eat cheap rice. Aval podi kadale, aval, cheap rice. Right? So like that. So we must remember, if we want to come, we must ensure that we should, the food that we eat. Because that day I was reading from one of that Babaji in Vrindavan. And that Babaji Vrindavan, he was talking about the rules of being a Babaji. Babaji means what? Right? They come to the level higher than sannyasi. They are not even sannyasi. Even we thought sannyasi is the highest. But there's one step higher than sannyasi, is Babaji. Right? Like Gaura Kishore Das Babaji, Jagannath Das Babaji. It's a very high level. And they were saying the food that we eat before we chant. I read the book. I mean, read is some of the quote. Of course, he's also a Vaishnava under Gaudiya, but on a different different branch. So he was telling the way of chanting Hare Krishna. First round, you chant Ha, Re, Krishna. Ha, Re, Krishna. 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 Ha, Re, Ha, Re, Ha, Re, Rama. Hare Rama. 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 Hare. Hare. He said chant like this for one round. Can you imagine? If you think you cannot bring your mind under control, you chant like this one round. Then after that, slowly increase your speed. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Then after that, you get a proper pronunciation. Then after that, the most important part, he said, okay, I'm just referring to this. The most important part, he was talking about the food. The food that we eat. The food that we eat is very, very important. All right? So try to avoid the food in a mode of ignorance. Unless it's emergency. Don't bring this kind of food to cook in your house. Pad Thai is the terrible thing. Stinky bean. So horrible. I never had Pad Thai in my life until I got married to my wife. All right. And their family, Pad Thai king, you know. But after I started eating Pad Thai, I started to like it. Then after that, I feel so disgusted. And secondly, my favorite, I think everybody's favorite, durian. Everybody's favorite, durian. Avoid. I love durian, but avoid. After you eat it, you feel very uncomfortable. So you must be very careful. So try not to bring it to your house. Unless you don't have a choice, you're going out, you need to pack some food on the way. Maybe I'm going to KL on the in between, there's no food. I go to that one of my favorite Chinese vegetarian restaurant. I go and buy pao. I buy 6-7 paos, tapao some what they call chichong fan and all these kind of things, because I'm on the way, I have no choice. Okay, I cannot stop halfway. No, I cannot. I don't trust anyone in between. Like that. Unless it's emergency. All right. So just for the sake of balanced diet, don't eat anything. And of course, all the food, try to offer it to Krishna. Sanctify it. Purify it. Because when you start to eat Krishna Prasadam, from inside, you rejuvenate yourself. It's a rejuvenation from within. You come to the level of, at least in the mode of goodness. In that stage, you still have kind of Namabhasa. You still have that kind of attraction. I want to make it big in life. All these kind of things are there. But in that stage, try to chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. In that stage, when we start to chant the Hare Krishna mantra, you start to see a quick thing. All right. Of course, there's a big rules. Okay, I have went out of the topic here. So anyway, I hope these some of the things which I am trying to practice. I'm not saying I'm practicing. I'm trying my best to practice. Despite all this, suddenly my wife will still cook Pad Thai in the house. And I told, if you cook Pad Thai, make sure you don't offer. All right. So she cooks separately and she keeps it so smelly. Anyway, how many of you like Pad Thai here? I think Pad Thai is favorite for everyone, I think.
My favorite also.
Favorite,
எங்க வீட்ல பத்தாயிலே வாழ்ந்துருவாங்க பிரபு.
Really, yeah? My brother-in-law in Penang and my nephew, oh my God, when they go to the shop, hey, Pad Thai, I said, come on, stop. When they come, they bring Pad Thai along, because my wife cook very well, the nasi lemak she makes, oh, Pad Thai. So when she cook Pad Thai, I'll just put my hand like, Kadavali. They say, no, Prabhu, Pad Thai can offer. No, my Jagannath, don't take Pad Thai. Don't offer. Anyway, all right. So try to be as much as in the mode of goodness. All right. Now it's 10:09. Shall we take a short break? 2 minutes. Stretch yourself and we continue our discussion. Okay. Just take a short break. Because now we're going to start the Aparada part. Even though this holy name is so fantastic, doing indirectly or doing directly, it gives you so much of benefit, but there is one thing can even destroy everything. Okay, that's going to be the discussion now. Take a short break, 2 minutes. Hare Krishna. All right. Okay, now, let's look at the next sentence by Haridas Thakur. He says, thus provided, all these provided by Shraddha, what they call Shraddha Namabhasa. You can go to the Suddhanam by progressive, by following the rules laid down by the Guru, one can get love of God. But provided one does not commit nama aparad. Nama aparad, offenses. Aparada means offenses. All right. So now we can divide this word into two, appa and radha. So appa means, devoid. Devoid. That means when you do this aparada, you are devoiding the mercy of Srimati Radharani. Because Srimati Radharani is the holder of the Ladini Shakti or the internal potency of Krishna. All right. So one does not commit nama aparadh. Then he says, Namabhasa is praiseworthy. Right? Thus, provided one does not commit nama aparadh, Namabhasa still praiseworthy. It's still praise. It's still high. It is considered unlimited times better than karma or jnana. So what does it mean? Because this Namabhasa is considered unlimited times better than karma or jnana. Because a person with such Namabhasa will eventually get faith. We are studying this kind of books, what? To increase and to deepen our faith. Okay? But then, this even a person chants in Namabhasa sincerely, he also will still eventually get the faith. And that seed of faith, that seed, bija, that seed of faith will then develop into attraction and taste for Krishna. Okay? Will develop into attraction and taste of Krishna, which will lead to the stage of Suddhanam. Then you come to the level of Prema. All right? Okay, now, Abhasa. Abhasa means a faint light or indirect image. All right? Faint light or indirect image. That means, what does that mean? Say like, you walk into a dark room during the daytime. So the dark room is not pitch black. There is a faint light. There's some lights come through some holes here and there. Some or other it's lighted up, but the light is very faint or indirect image. So it is of two types. One is reflected light and second is obstructed light. Okay, there's two. That means one is reflected. That means I put one, sometimes, when the sun shines, it reflects. It's still bright, but don't have the full potency of the sun because reflecting on the mirror. And second is obstructed. That means I close up the place, but there is a little hole, the light try to enter, obstructed. Okay. Now, similarly, there are two types of faint faith. Faint faith, what does it mean? Faint faith means a little faith and no faith. Irukku, ana illa. A faint faith. That means, I think, yes, Krishna is the supreme, yes. And yes, I am not this body, yes, yes, yes. But you cannot come to the full agreement. Or you cannot have the full understanding. Faint. What they call faint in Tamil? What do you call it? Huh?
Nambikai.
What is it?
Nambikai.
No. Faith na nambikai. Faint faith na enadhu? லேசான நம்பிக்கை. லேசான நம்பிக்கை. பட்டும் படாம இருக்கிறது. பட்டும் படாம இருக்கிறது. லேசான, இப்பதான் நம்பிக்கை உருவாது. Just faint. Faint means not like fainting bomb. Not that faint we are talking about. Faint faith means a little faith. All right. Similarly, there are two types of faint faith. Reflected or distorted. Reflected or distorted. ஒன்னு reflected, பட்டும் படாமையும் இருக்கிறது. ரெண்டாவது distorted, தலைகளா இருக்கிறது. Okay. And shadow or partial faith. There's a shadow faith or partial. So now, from partial faith comes deem Namabhasa. Partial faith means what? That means, well, I believe in everyone and I will add on Krishna also. Okay. When we go to the street and we sing Nama Sankirtan, suddenly we call somebody, chant Hare Krishna. He says, Hare Krishna. Does he have faith? No. He don't have faith. But he feels all these people look so happy. And because of the happiness, it attracts them. They come to us, stand there, and we go and say, can you say Hare Krishna? Hare Krishna. They call deem faith. Or in other words, we call as, from the partial faith comes deem Namabhasa. Deem na velicham lama. வெளிச்சத்தை குறைச்சா அப்படியே ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு those days when we have a lamp, that kerosene lamp, when you open, it's very bright. Then you just put it so slow, a little light, dim light. Before you go to bed, you put a dim light. So you have dim Namabhasa. But still, which eventually develops into the pure name and love of God. That's why sometimes when we go to the street and sing Hare Krishna, people get so attracted to us, they follow us back. Can I join you? What you people are doing? Why you people are so happy? Right? It eventually develops into the pure name or love of God. So this is classed as actual Namabhasa actually. Just like the clouds obstruct the full brilliance of the sun. So the clouds of anarthas, the cloud of anarthas in the midst of ignorance, in the midst of ignorance, in the jiva's heart, allow only a faint light of the name to enter. What does that mean? So, example of these, the dim, Namabhasa and all these, example just like the cloud. The cloud covers the sun. The cloud covers the sun. So it's bright, but it's not hot. So you start to feel, you don't feel the brilliant sun. All right. So the cloud we call as anarthas. Again, what is anartha means? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Matsarya, lust, anger, greed, envy, frustration, jealousy. These kind of things. Cloud, another cloud in the midst of ignorance. So mist another fog. And we are in the fog of ignorance. Example, early in the morning, when you wake up, after the rain, you don't feel like going to work. You just feel, how nice if I can sleep. If I can continue sleeping. Why? Because the cloud has already covered the sun. And the mist producing comfort and chillness. Children sometimes don't want to wake up. No, today is the beautiful day to sleep. You understand? Mist of ignorance. Cloud of anarthas. When we have that, then in the jiva's heart, allow only a faint light to enter. Okay, when we have that, only a little light, the faint, like just a faint light, dim light of the name will enter. Okay, are you all following me on this? Any question? Who don't understand? Everyone understand?
பிரபு
Yeah.
எனக்கு ஒரு கொஸ்டின் இருக்கு பிரபு. இப்ப நீங்க சொல்லியிருந்தீங்களே இந்த நாம பாஷையிலே வந்து இவ்வளோ மகத்துவம் இருக்கு, ஆனா அபராத் பண்ணாக்கா அது ஒர்க் பண்ணாதுன்னு சொல்லியிருந்தீங்களே, அப்படிதானே பிரபு?
Yes, yes.
இப்ப என்ன கேள்வினா, இப்ப நம்ம அபராத்ன்றது பக்தர் இந்த நாம அபராத் 10 இருக்குது, வைஷ்ணவ அபராத்லாம் பண்ணக்கூடாது அதெல்லாம். ஸோ வைஷ்ணவனாக்கா நம்ம ஃபேமிலி மெம்பர்ஸும் நம்ம வைஷ்ணவா தானே பிரபு. ஸோ சில டைம்ல அவங்கள நம்ம கரெக்ட் பண்றது அதெல்லாம் வந்து எப்படியும் அது வந்து அவங்க மன வருத்தத்துல தான் போய் முடியுது. அது அதுக்குன்னு நம்ம கரெக்ட் பண்ணாமயும் இருக்க முடியாது. சோ இது எப்படி இது வைஷ்ணவ அபராத்தா என்ன பிரபு? ஏன்னா சின்ன பிள்ளைங்க இருக்காங்க, ஹஸ்பண்ட் இருக்கிறாங்க, அவங்க எல்லாம் சில டைம்ல நம்ம கரெக்ட் பண்றது வருது, அவங்க கோச்சிக்கிறாங்க.
Okay, that one we discuss when you come to Namabhasa. I mean Aparath. Aparadam topicல அதனால டீடைலா பேசுவோம்.
Okay bro.
You asked a very good question. Okay, but that one we go into Aparath. After we understand the Aparath, then we can talk about, then we can discuss of this.
Okay, bro. Thanks bro.
Anyone else got any question so far? Ajindan Prabhu, do you get it? Krishna Kumari Mataji. I think, were you the one that I met in KL? Krishna Kumari.
No, Prabhu, I'm in Malacca.
Oh, you are in Malacca. Okay. Oh, that is Yamuna Kumari. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you are from Malacca, yes.
Yeah, sometimes I cannot get to join the meeting, Prabhu. When I join, I cannot enter, no. So that's why I skip the class.
Okay, what you need to do, you need to update your Zoom.
Oh, okay. Okay, Prabhu.
Update your Zoom. All right. Thank you, Mataji, for joining us. I hope you can join all our classes in the future.
Yeah, I will.
All right.
Hare
Okay.
Krishna.
Any other question? Got any question so far? Okay. Now the thing is, do you all understand? Thumbs up. Nagarajan Chalaya Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. You want to ask a question?
No, Prabhu, but I want to thank you for the very simple and meaningful explanation.
Oh, okay, Prabhu. Thank you. All glories to Sri Guru. Okay. Anyone else? Okay. So your silence means I assume that you understand. Okay. If you don't understand, you can still ask in the group. All right. Okay. Now, let's continue. Now let's look at the next one. Next one is considered like a mind-blowing thing. Now, Haridas Thakur is continuing. Please look into this very carefully. Though having the opportunity to take pure faith, other living entities take a distorted faith, which is compared to a light reflected from the water. Or the light, that means the light is broken and the image not intact. When people are distorted faith, receive the holy name, the name that they take is also distorted. Such people are characterized by deeply rooted desire for enjoyment and liberation, to the extent that they strive day and night, fulfill their desire for enjoyment and liberation. Because such people may use the name, they may appear to have faith in the name, but this is not actual faith. Okay, how we can understand this thing? Very important topic. Though having the opportunity, everyone have that opportunity to take pure faith, right? But the other living entity, all right, other living entities take a distorted faith. So how Haridas Thakur is mentioning, he's comparing with the light reflected on the water. You see a tree and you see a lake. The tree is reflected on the lake. So when the tree is reflected on the lake, sometimes you see through the wave of the lake, you see a image which is not intact. And sometimes the light is also broken. So people with distorted faith, right? Even though that they know all this, but still they choose not to take it, distorted. Because their faith in becoming successful and being a success in life, it is more stronger. When they receive the holy name, what they do? They also take it in a distorted way. Right? They also take it in a distorted way. Just like a child doesn't make any difference between a diamond and a glass and a zircon. You know, like when you give a diamond and you give another fake diamond, the glass diamond, the child doesn't know anything. Right? Because the child's mind is not developed. They don't know the value. Just like how they throw the glass away, the child will also throw the stone away, the diamond away. So like that. When we receive that ultimate benediction of the holy name, but because of their distorted mentality, they will also take it in a very distorted way. Because such people are characterized by deeply rooted desire. Deeply rooted desire. Right? The desire to enjoy is deeply rooted for enjoyment and liberation. So they want to enjoy. They know Namabhasa can give some kind of benefit. Or they chant Namabhasa because they want to get liberated. They don't know that Namabhasa can take them to the Suddhanam. They can take them, make them a pure devotee. They are not interested. Okay? They want to enjoy and liberation. They go to the extent of that they strive day and night. They work day and night to fulfill their desires for enjoyment and liberation. Right? They work so hard day and night. All right? So these are considered like a casual devotee in the temple. Sometimes we see some devotees who are very wealthy. They come to the temple, but they are casual. They come Sunday, they come, they sing some Hare Krishna, and they give some donation or big fat donation. That's all. They don't take this because they are so deeply rooted in what? In enjoyment and liberation. Because then such people may use the name. All right? They may chant Hare Krishna. You can see them with a japa bag and beads. And they can also appear to have faith in the name. But this is not the actual faith. So we have to think, do we have that tendency or not? Do we have that tendency? I mean, are we there or not? Now we all look like a devotee and everything, but do I really have the faith? All right? So this is not actually the faith. Now, continuing, if one takes the name with that faith, if they take the name in that faith, no matter how long one continues, one will not progress to purification, but will remain at the same perverted stage continually. What is that perverted stage means? What does it mean by perverted stage? Right? So perverted stage means they still remain in this material consciousness, perverted continually. So this is also a main thing for leaders, especially. When we understand this thing, we should not utilize cash cows. What is cash cow means? Sometimes there is some wealthy devotee come. Our main aim is to take some money from him. Prabhu, there is a Krishna Janmastami. Can you give donation? Yes, I give you 5,000. Prabhu, Radha Yatra, can you give donation? I give you 10,000. They only keep them as a cash cow. So we also have our responsibility. Please mark this thing. Please hammer it. Nail it. That as a devotee, the basic core activity. What is that basic standard of a devotee? What is devotee means, first of all? All right? We are called as Vaishnava. So when we are Vaishnava, so we should understand that we have this quality of mercy. Vaishnava means mercy. We should not always think about, of course, they are helping in our program, but we also have to take effort to some or other cultivate this person to take up this chanting or the sadhana a little serious. Not just simply taja them, all right, kowtow, praise them, come there, put a garland, give them a VIP seat, because I know I'm going to get 5,000-10,000 from him. We have to be responsible because eventually we're going to lead the society. So as the leader of the society, we have to take the responsibility. Right? Vaishnava means mercy. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindube evacha paditanam pavinebhyo vaishnavebayo namo namaha. Vancha means what? Desire. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha. Kalpataru. Kalpataru is actually a touch tree, means a wish fulfilling tree. The tree that feel like kalpa vriksha tree. Just like Cintamani can fulfill all your wishes. So this is called kalpataru tree. So which fulfill all desires. Vancha kalpatarubhya. So which fulfill all. Vancha means desire. and the desire fulfilling tree. Vancha kalpatarubhya. Kripa, Sindhu. Kripa means what? Mercy. Unknown mercy, Kribai. In Tamil we call Kribai. Kripa means full of mercy. How full? Sindhu. Sindhu means what? Ocean. Ocean of mercy. Kripa Sindhu. Be'evacha. Who are these people? Vancha kalpatarubhyascha. That means Vancha means the one can fulfill all desires. At the same time, Sindhu Be'evacha, Kripa Sindhu, the one who have full of mercy, ocean of mercy. Who are these people? At the same time, Paditanam Pavenebhyo. Padita means what? Fallen. Pavenebhyo means Pavana. Pavana means uplifter. Saving the fallen. Paditanam Pavenebhyo. And who are these people? Who is a wish fulfilling tree? Who has the mercy of like an ocean? Who raised the fallen? Padita Pavana. Raised the fallen. Who are these people? Vaishnave Bayo Namo Namaha. These are the people called as Vaishnava. And these Vaishnava, Namo Namaha, I adore, I worship. I respect. So I respect the Vaishnava devotee who can fulfill all desires, Vancha Kalpa, like a desire tree. Who is so merciful like the ocean, Kripa Sindhu, who uplift the fallen, Padita Pavana, Padita Pavenebhyo, and I adore that Vaishnava. Vaishnavaya Namo Namah. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Paditanam Pavenebhyo Vaishnave Bayo Namo Namaha. So we must remember that. All right. So when we see anyone in that stage, we are learning this thing. All right. In fact, we are still not, no, I shouldn't say we, I am still not perfected, but I am in the level of Shraddha Namabhasa. But at least when we see this kind of people who are in distorted Namabhasa, we should not only think about being, cashing some money from them, but we should also train them and teach them. Because they are there ready. They have the faith, but the faith is distorted. And we have a duty to nullify that distortion. All right? So, because if not, they will remain in that perverted stage forever. Okay? Then, instead, such practice usually leads to Mayavada mentality. It's very dangerous. You know, when you are always situated in the perverted stage, that stage usually leads the person to Mayavada mentality. They'll become Mayavadi. எல்லாமே ஒண்ணு கழுதையும் ஒண்ணு குதிரையும் ஒண்ணு. You know, everything is one, everything is there, God is like, they can go because they still haven't got any kind of seriousness. Krishna Kumari, yes, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu, no doubt they still remain at the same place because they are not doing as what they are supposed to do as a devotee. But however, since they are actually giving the money for a good purpose, sooner or later they may have the chance to be a devotee.
They are already a devotee. If not, they won't give you money.
Okay.
But their mentality is distorted.
Okay.
So we have to make sure that the distortion is cleared.
Okay.
Because that's what is Haridas Thakur is giving warning. Because if they do not progress for purification, they will remain at that perverted stage, and this will lead them to Mayavadi mentality. It's very dangerous.
Okay.
And finally, they also can become a cheater.
Okay.
Cheater means what? Because they have money, they have power, they start to think, okay? They start to think, actually, you know what? I know things better. I know Krishna better. You know? Actually, the understanding of Bhagavad Gita is like this. Because he gives money, he gives big donation. So when a person gives big donation like this, when that person talk nonsense, we usually listen. Yes? Have you seen that before?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I know a guy. Okay. I don't want to mention his name, but his surname is Kurup. He's another one Malayali guy, Kurup. So every time when he goes for donation, we have to listen to his nonsense. Oh, you know what? This thing, all this kind of nonsense, we have to simply listen, which I cannot tolerate. Right? But of course, they say, oh, no, don't say anything, For Radha Yatra, he give 5,000, 3,000 donation. At one moment, I just told him, say, look here, Prabhu, your idea, it is correct, but not correct. And he got so offended. Say, what do you mean by that? Because what you understand, it is not in align with the teachings of the acharyas. All right? I'm not trying to argue with you, but I just want to tell you, what you've understood, that's the real understanding. Because he did Bhagavad Gita and talked something else. Right? So eventually he became a Mayavadi now. He have already pervert. And I heard he's going around giving, he always go. And the worst thing, there's one guy who came for my Gita Gyan program. After attend all the program, Gita Gyan and everything so nicely. And one day he said, can you help me to give me some slides and everything? I said, okay, I gave. Then he went to this Shirdi Baba and started to give class, Gita Gyan class, but distorted the entire meaning. From establishing Krishna, the Supreme Personality, he said somewhere, and after that he said, because it's one of the things, his wife took the recording and told me, see, Prabhu, my husband is doing well. And what he said, somehow or other, we are in the right path. That's the most terrible thing. Right? So they eventually become a cheater. So we have to be very careful. Such a person thinks that the holy name simply means to the higher end. That's all. And by such mentality, the glory and the power of the name become lost. And what will be the result? It only gives you offense.
Prabhu, can I ask something, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
This distortion or reflection, is there any way of finding out? Any signs for you to find?
Yeah. Anyone find out whether the person has it? That's what you meant, right?
Yeah, correct, Prabhu.
Okay. How to find out whether the person is intelligent or fool? Prabhu?
You're asking questions?
Yes. How to find out whether the person is intelligent or a fool? How to find out?
By asking questions, intelligent questions. If he doesn't answer properly, he's not intelligent, Prabhu.
Okay, very simple. When he start talking, he's a fool or an intelligent person.
Open.
Yes?
Oh, yeah.
In those days, right? They used to say, right?
Yeah.
My grandmother used to say, how to find out. One guy is looking at something, he looked very intelligent. But when you open the mouth, rubbish comes out. That means he's a fool. Right?
சொல்லுவாங்க பிரபு வாயை திறந்தா எல்லாம் தெரிஞ்சிரும்னு சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல அதுதான்.
ஆமா அதேதான். How they say in Tamil, but I've forgotten. There's a proverb. How they say it?
எனக்கு தெரியல பிரபு. எனக்கு தெரியல பிரபு.
My grandmother used to tell, அறிவாளியா முட்டாளா எப்ப கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது? அவன் பேச ஆரம்பிச்சா. அவன் வாயை திறந்தே தெரிஞ்சிடும் இவன் முட்டாள், இவன் அறிவாளி. Something like that. So we find out when the person start talking. So similarly, the same way, Prabhu, how to find out whether the flow is perverted or distorted is when he start talking, especially his philosophy or his understanding. Okay, Prabhu?
But this is a bit more acute case, Prabhu, because you say it's a cash cow, and then he can also act, no? He can act. He can be intelligent cash cow, Prabhu.
Yeah, that's the thing. No, the cash cow is there. They have some kind of sukriti to give donation. They have a big heart. They got a big heart. They want to give money. They want to help. They got a big heart. That's fair enough. But what I'm saying is, we as a leader sometimes, we should always also think how we can cultivate him. Not simply cashing money from him.
But Prabhu, in Bhagavad Gita is written, there's a group of people in America, very good devotees. They work the whole day, come back and give all the money to the Guru and go away and do work again.
Hmm.
So what that means you got
That
no.
is Prabhupada disciple. You're talking about Prabhupada disciple, right?
No, there are many disciples they say, unless if you don't follow this, you'll go to hell. There's one, I can't say which chapter it is, but if you don't follow this way, you're going, whatever you earn, you must give it to Krishna. And there's a group of devotees in America, taxi drivers and all that. Like, yes, there's one devotee, the famous devotee, Janananda Prabhu, but
Yeah.
about him. I'm talking about that they say there are many devotees in America. They work, give the money, and how will you convert them? How will you talk to them? How will you preach to them, Prabhu?
In Bhagavad Gita, which part? I don't
Yeah.
remember reading it.
Yeah, but then it's supposing you don't give half your wealth to the Lord.
Oh, you're talking about giving half of the wealth.
It is not said as half there, Prabhu. The half is Prabhupada regarding Rupa Goswami.
Yeah.
This group, this devotee is so good. They earn, give everything to the temple and go off.
Correct. So these are you read it from Leela Amrita, I think.
No, it's in Bhagavad Gita.
Okay, maybe you can give me the place because I don't remember reading it in Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah, well.
All
And
right. Say like those days, Prabhupada disciples, they were all so fantastic. In order to preach the movement, to push the movement to the next level, they go to work. They all became a monk. They all became brahmachari, stay in the temple. All right. But because they need money to build temple, they need money to print books, they go and work. And they take all the money and give to Prabhupada. Like one of the story, like Indra Yumna Maharaj. He got his paycheck. When he got the paycheck, he took all the thing and gave it to him. He only took $10 for himself.
This one, Prabhu, they say, your karma accumulates. If you don't get the sentence there, your karma accumulates.
I don't know which one. Okay, anyway, can you give me the reference?
Yeah, I'll look it up and do you know, Prabhu?
Yeah. But anyway, those days, their devotees are all Prabhupada's disciple.
Yeah.
They sacrifice their life. They
But
sacrifice
you
their
read
life.
it, you get a bit worried, no, Prabhu.
Why you worried, Prabhu?
No, when I read that, and in one of the classes of Brihad Maharaj, I asked, Maharaj, can I give a little bit? He shouted at me, see, I don't know him at that time. He does not know also. I have not met him before. He shows in a class. I asked, can he cut down a bit? He shouted at me, no, 50. You give 50 and no, nothing less.
Okay. But after that, Maharaj don't mean it, right?
And I don't know him, Prabhu. I met him once in
after that, still you know him, is it?
Jaba Asriya course.
Yeah. Japa Ashraya course. Yeah, Maharaj is always like that. But it's a very... Actually, what happened? Everybody sometimes mistaken him as what they call as a very strict Maharaj. But if you have closely associated with him, he's such a beautiful person. He has so much of compassion, so much of love.
Yeah, but this is before me knowing. Of course, when I went to the Jaba class, I met him. I sat in the same table to have lunch.
Yeah. Then,
of course, there was no chapati. I said, go and make one and bring for Prabhu.
It's truly amazing.
I'll tell you the Bhagavad Gita chapter, Prabhu.
Yeah, sure. I was his event manager, so I know how it feels to work with him. And Saki Champakalata Mataji had him in a house, I think. Yes.
Very nice man.
Very nice. But
I joined the instruction. That class, Prabhu, 3 days seminar.
The Japa Ashraya.
No. Instruction, nectar of the instruction.
Nectar of instruction.
We gave him in our temple, 3 days seminar. So we were with him. Actually, he's very, very strict and he's straightforward.
Yeah.
We all very scared to talk, but we,
Yes.
அவங்க பேச நம்மளும் okay. I spoke to him separately also. He was a very nice man, actually. Very nice.
Honestly, he's such a fantastic person. Really fantastic. When during the closing ceremony, I was telling, I thought Maharaj as strict as a lion, but actually he's so nice. He looked at me. Oh, I did not show myself. Of course, I got firing nicely from him, but it's truly a wonderful devotee. Right? Until even my son was telling, if one day if this Maharaj can give initiation, I want to take initiation from him. Our whole family loves him so much. All right, anyway. Okay, so now we understand. So when the people are in Mayavadi philosophy and all these kind of things, they can be, the result, what they can do is only offense. So we have to be very responsible. Anyway, now, here is the difference between real Namabhasa, where due to obstruction, the effect of the name are really felt faintly, and distorted Namabhasa, right? So there's a difference between the real Namabhasa. So now when we are in Namabhasa stage, right? So there's a real Nama. Okay, we are all still have some kind of anarthas and everything, but there is also difference. The Namabhasa that due to the obstruction of the effects of the name, which are felt faintly, a little feeling. All right. So this is also called as distorted Namabhasa. Okay, it's very straightforward. Then in the real Namabhasa, now in the real Namabhasa, many anarthas may be generated out of ignorance. Please underline. Okay, anyway, now it's 11:52. Is it we overshoot a bit? Is it okay? All right. Oh,
okay,
still got a lot, but we just this is a very important topic. All right. Say even in that in the real Namabhasa, that means we are in the real Namabhasa state. That means not paying attention. Many anarthas may be generated out of ignorance, and also due to weakness of heart. But now all these effects can be cleared by continual chanting of the name. Okay, what does that mean? Please pay attention to this. All right, when in the real Namabhasa, when we are really chanting but not paying attention, that means we are coming to the level of, we spoke about the lowest level of Namabhasa. Now you talk about the highest level of Namabhasa, inattentive. All right, in that kind of situation, there will be lot of anarthas can be generated out of ignorance. Or in other words, we can call as healing crisis. Sometimes when we take medicine, we fall sick. Right? We fall sick. We fall sick for what? Then we fall sick. Then because we call as healing crisis. Sometimes when there's a wound, okay, when the doctor wants to clear the wound, sometimes they need to dig the wound even deeper to heal it. So like that, when we have all our wrong attitude, character, all of anarthas, our lust, anger, greed, frustration, madness, crazy, we have all these anarthas. So now we are trying to come out of that anarthas. How the anarthas will come out? By digging the thing to take out. Dig the thing to take out. So like that can be generated. A lot of anarthas can be generated. All right, can be pushed out from your system. And these also can be out of ignorance. And also because of weakness of the heart. So sometimes when we see, when a devotee starts chanting, they can be even more angrier. They can look more frustrated. They can show all kind of tantrum. Or in other words, they can be kurang ajar in Malay language. All right, they can misbehave. But now we understand, actually these anarthas are generated out of ignorance in the real Namabhasa. Okay, and in the weakness of that. But all these effects can be cleared.
Yeah.
When we are having these kind of challenges, right? I am trying to follow the rules and regulation, but suddenly I cannot follow. I know people who have, I don't want to give an example. So anyway, okay, what can I say? We are following the rules very strictly. Okay, we are chanting. Suddenly the desire comes out. All right, maybe to eat egg, omelette. I'm giving my own experience. After I became vegetarian, the one and only thing I really struggled to give up was egg, omelette. I love that omelette. So while chanting, suddenly I had the strong desire for egg. Suddenly I had a strong desire for egg. And all my mind started reeling. You know how it feels. You put some onion and garlic and fry it. All this kind of nonsense start coming in my head. So at one moment, what I did, I went to one shop. I told the guy, can you make for me roti canai telur? Egg roti canai, which make sure you put all the onion and everything and fry one egg and put it on. The fellow said, what is this? Just do it. Don't ask any question. Right? So after buying that, I look at my left, I look at my right, I look up, look down, make sure nobody's around. Hey, this fella, yo, what is this, man? So I was hiding in one place and I just took and I put in my mouth. You know what happened? I puked. Black. And that was the last I've touched. So sometimes these kind of anarthas have to be regenerated to give up. You all understand? So when we see these kind of things happening in the temple, some devotees start to show some tantrum, or even you feel frustrated, we don't bother about others, okay? We have no right to talk about others. We have no right to correct others because we are still in Namabhasa stage. We just look at myself. Now I'm having this kind of desire. Suddenly I feel like, why don't I just go take one pack of beer, whiskey. The same thing happened, right? Suddenly I had the strong desire because I love to drink before. I was almost a drunkard. Every day I drink. I love drinking. At one moment, once in a while. You know the word once in a while, right? I just went, I drank. Then after that, I start to feel, you cannot lie. I shouldn't have do that, When I burped, when the smell came out through my mouth and through my nose, oh my God, that was a horrifying taste. The taste which I loved the most before. That's it. Stopped. So what I'm trying to tell you, this Haridas Thakur is giving a scientific way. When you have this kind of anarthas, suddenly kind of desires coming out. So what you should think to yourself, well, I am on a purifying process. Don't feel bad. Don't feel frustrated. Tell yourself, well, I am on a right path. Hey, I'm getting purified, very good, very nice, right? So all these effects can be cleared. But one thing you should do is continual chanting. You should always chant and chant and chant no matter what. But still, in distorted Namabhasa, born from cheating knowledge, offenses simply increase. But those with distorted Namabhasa, and they got this cheating knowledge, the knowledge of Mayavadi philosophy, what they do, their offenses simply increase. Example, any one of you came from Divine Life Society? Any one of you got any connection with Divine Life Society? Have you been to Divine Life Society before? Swami Sivananda, anyone? No one, huh? All right. So, in that Divine Life Society, they have this Padya Vali or something like that, a songbook, a brown, orange color songbook. Because I was with them when I was young, right? Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Pahimam, Sri Ganesha, Sri Ganesha, Sri Ganesha, Rekshamam, Jai Muruga, Jai Muruga. No, there's a song. You sing all the song, took in between. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Then Om, they say, then continue with all the mantras. That means, in other words, what they are doing is, they are chanting all the name of the God. So what happened here? So in that distorted Namabhasa, from the cheating knowledge of Mayavadi. So what they will do? Offenses simply increase, because one of the offenses is to see the name of Krishna and all the other devatas are equal. It's a big offense. So then what happened? This is not called as Namabhasa, but now their attempt became Nama Aprad. Must be very careful. The Mayavadis consider Krishna's name, form, Leela, and qualities to be false and perishable. On this ground, they will never receive love of God. For such path leads in the opposite direction from the path of devotional service or bhakti. Thus, there can be no real compromise between the two paths. There's no compromise. Mayavada is considered the enemy of bhakti. They cannot be two paths. So Mayavada philosophy. What is Mayavadi philosophy? Everything is equal. Hariyum ondru, haravum ondru. Ariyadavan vaile mannu. All this kind of nonsense philosophy. So they say everything is one. Kalidiyam onnu, kuduriyam onnu. Ella onnu. Niyum kadavul, nanam kadavul. You have got, I am got everything. Donkey and horse, everything is equal. They have got. This kind of nonsense philosophy, Mayavadi philosophy, is considered the enemy of bhakti. Then its followers, what happened? Are considered the greatest offenders. That's why there's a lot of warning, even in Harinam Cintamani and everything. Never associate with Mayavadi, no matter what. Actually, the holy name never comes from the mouth of these people. They can never come. Although the syllables may be heard. Maybe you can hear from the Mayavadi, Om Namo Narayanaya. Actually, the mantra is not coming. Only the syllable, the word is coming. The holy name, with all its transcendental potency, does not reside there. They don't have the power. The Mayavadi chanting the name in this way simply goes to hell. They simply goes to hell. Who's telling? Haridas Thakur is telling to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Mayavadi chanting. That's why sometimes we don't put any cinema song. You know, like this song, like Mukunda, Mukunda, like the Kamal Haasan movie. All that we shouldn't listen. Because they don't have the thing. We just simply sing. There's no power in it. So he says, all those Mayavadi chanting, they simply goes to hell. Because he thinks that the name is temporary and material. While chanting the name, the Mayavadi desires enjoyment and liberation. They simply chant all the mantras for enjoyment and liberation. And by being so deceptive and chanting with motivation, he receives only pain for all his troubles. Then Haridas Thakur is saying, but if by the mercy of devotees, he can give up the aspiration for bhukti and mukti and accepts his position as servant of Krishna. This is what I said. By the mercy of a devotee. That's why if you see any cash cows who are coming and giving donation, don't simply accept money only. You have to have mercy. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu bevacha paditanam pavenibhyo. Padita, fallen people, you have to give them mercy. And he can give aspiration he can give up the aspiration, right? He could give up the aspiration for bhukti and mukti and accept the position as the servant of Krishna. Then what happened? Being repentant, they start to feel repent and obedient. Repentant and obedient. He can receive the real name and realize actual knowledge of Sambandha Jnana. Sambandha Jnana. The relationship, the knowledge of the relationship. Do you remember the knowledge of relationship? Krishna is the supreme. I am as a servant, and we are living in a temporary world. We discussed that yesterday, right? Then by constantly chanting the name, not whenever you feel like it. Whenever you feel, I'm so free, don't know what to do. Okay, chant Hare Krishna. No. Constantly chanting the name. What is the highest achievement? Tears will come to his eyes. He start to cry. When? In constant chanting. The mercy inherent in the name will come. And his true nature, prema bhakti, will become manifest. But the Mayavadi who holds that both Krishna and the position of the Jiva as Krishna's servant are temporary and imaginary is an offender against the name. Who thinks Krishna and Jiva are all equal is a great offender. And these people dwells in the deep hole of misfortune. Since the name is a desire tree, okay, kalpa vriksha, since the name is desire tree, it gives the Mayavadi his desire by merging into the Lord Effulgent. Since the name is also a desire tree, he can also, the name Nama Prabhu also can give the desire for the Mayavadi to merge into Brahmajyoti. Of these 5 types of liberation, there are 5 types of liberation. But now Sayujya or merging gives relief from the pains of the material ocean. All right. So what it means? That means out of 5 types, Sayujya, Samukya, there are a lot of things. All right. So one of the Sayujya, that means merging into the light. It also gives relief from the pains of material ocean. You go there, you are released from all the pain. The pain that you are suffering in this material ocean, you are released. Huh? What do you mean? But it extinguishes one's own identity as well. This is something very scary. All right? You go into the light, you merge into the light, you are out of all the pain. Birth, death, old age, disease, all these kind of things, you are out. But the worst thing is, it extinguishes the one's identity. You will lose your identity as an individual person. Just imagine you go into a dark room and lock yourself. You go there, you are there, physically, mentally, everything is there, but you have merged into the darkness. You can't see yourself. How long can you remain in that darkness dungeon? You cannot. Because we understand from Bhagavad Gita, the soul is very active and dynamic. It is immutable. You cannot sit in one place. All right. But merging into that, it extinguishes one identity. Now, illusion, man, thinking there'll be happiness in that state. The person who are illusion, they think they can have happiness there. It's just going there doing a sunbathing, that's all. So these people receive only the shadow of happiness. For in that state, forgetting Krishna completely, they cannot obtain service in eternal bliss and knowledge. All right. In that stage, they completely forget Krishna and they cannot obtain eternal bliss and knowledge, which is the perfection of life. Eternal bliss and knowledge is the perfection of life. If one has no bhakti, no love for Krishna, no constant faith and conviction in Krishna, how can one attain real eternal happiness? Yes or not? When one has no bhakti, no love, no constant faith, they have a flickering faith. Sometimes they feel faithful. When it comes Krishna Janmashtami, they all get very excited. Like, like usually happen in Thaipusam. After Thaipusam, you see, for the next 1 week after Thaipusam, you see the temple will be full. Because the hangover of the excitement. After that, all disappear. Like Janmashtami, Krishna Janmashtami, after that you see, oh, many people come to the temple, wow, so good, so good. And after that disappear. Flickering happiness. Flickering faith. Right? That's why I say, no constant faith or conviction, deeply believe in Krishna. The question is, how can one really attain eternal happiness? So in summary, right? In summary, one who at the stage of Namabhasa does not accept the Mayavadi philosophy. Period. Full stop. If you are in the level of Namabhasa, you do not accept Mayavadi philosophy. God has no form. God is light. Jodi, 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 Suyam. Jodi, 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 Arul. Jodi, 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 Suyam. What do you mean? Jodi, the light is Suyam, is complete. Jodi, 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 Arul. The Jodi is full of power, omnipotent power, Arul. All this philosophy we don't accept. It's Mayavadi. Krishna and you and I are all same. You and I are God. So like that. So these are the things. We does not accept Mayavadi philosophy. At the same time, no, that means his heart is not contaminated. His heart is not contaminated or weakened. His heart is not, nor is his heart contaminated or weakened. Or in other words, his heart is not contaminated and is not weakened by its influence, by the influence of Mayavadi. The full glory of the sun is not visible when covered by clouds. Or in other words, the full glory of the sun is not visible when the person wearing sunglasses. But when the clouds are removed, the sun shines to full glory. When we remove the sunglasses, we see sun in full glory. Just in this manner, when a person receives knowledge of the actual nature of the name by the mercy of the Guru, when the ignorance and anarthas causing the Namabhasa are dissipated by Sambandha and sadhana of a proper chanting, that Namabhasa can be transformed in Shuddha Nam. Right? What does that mean? So, when a person receives knowledge of what? The actual nature of the name. How? By the mercy of Guru. So, by the mercy of our spiritual master Srila Prabhupada, we are here around 14-15 people, and those who are watching online. This is all happening because we have been glanced by our spiritual master. It's by their mercy we are talking about all this. So in other words, do you think you are very unfortunate? No. I feel that we are very fortunate because we are going deeper into this meaning of Harinam Cintamani. So by the mercy of Guru, then the ignorance and anarthas are causing the Namabhasa. The ignorance and anartha that causing Namabhasa, what happened? Dissipate. It start to disappear by Sambandha Jnana and sadhana of a proper chanting. Then we come to the level of proper chanting. At that moment, this Namabhasa can be transformed into Suddha Nam, pure name. Okay. Now, at which stage one will receive the full brilliance of the name in the form of prema. That's when you start to come to the level of prema. Therefore, whoever carefully avoids the company and influence of Mayavadis, they take shelter of the pure name and serves out of love. And they will become fully satisfied in full perfection. That is the Lord's instruction. That is the Lord's instruction. So what is the instruction? It says, whoever carefully avoid the company and the influence of Mayavadi. That is why we do not go to any Devata's temple. You know, that like the day, Prabhu asked, can we go to Deva temple and take prasadam? The problem in Devata's temple, they are all in Mayavadi mentality. All right, they go there, Murugan and Lord Shiva is one. The Parvati, Durga, everything is one. For them, everything is one. They don't have a proper understanding. They are not even Devata's worshippers. They are Mayavadis. That's why we have to be carefully avoid the company or the influence. Then we have to take shelter of the pure name and serve with love. And then we will be fully satisfied in full perfection. Then after that, and also that says, that is the instruction of the Lord. Okay. Now, whoever accepts this instruction is a fortunate soul. I hope you all have accepted the instruction. If you have accepted, you are a fortunate soul. And whoever rejects it, it is a rascal. Whoever accepts it is a fortunate soul, and whoever rejects this, they are rascal. What is rascal means? When you talk about stupidity, first level of stupidity we call foolish. Then we call stupid. Then the supreme stupidity we call as rascal. That means they're extremely idiot, right? They are called rascal. And who will not be delivered for 100 million birth. Can you imagine? So, in other words, what we can understand, whoever accepts this instruction is a fortunate soul, and whoever rejects it is a rascal who will not deliver for 100 million birth. What we can understand from this? Once we fall from a human form of life, it takes 100 million lifetime before we come to the another human form. 100 million births. Right? What does it mean by you won't be delivered for 100 million births? Delivered means what? You come to the human form. Or maybe you come to the level of neophyte. 100 million birth, my dear Prabhus and mothers. Think about it. To state it in another way, one should simply give up bad association and take shelter of Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet. Other than Mahaprabhu's feet, other than his mercy, there is no other way. Other than the mercy of Sriman Mahaprabhu, who is the incarnation of Krishna in Kali Yuga, there is no way. With this, Haridas Thakur concludes his explanation of Namabhasa. One who takes shelter at the two lotus feet of Haridas. Now Bhakti Vinod Thakur is saying, one who takes shelter at the two lotus feet of Haridas will sing incessantly his glorification and the name entitled Harinama Cintamani. With that, we have completed chapter 2, Namabhasa. Okay. So tomorrow, we're going to start chapter 4, which is called the offenses. There are 10 offenses to be avoided at all cost. So the first offense that we're going to discuss tomorrow, blaspheming a Vaishnava. Since we understand Vaishnava is a pure devotee, Vaishnava is the ocean of mercy, Paditanam Pavenebhyo, and Vaishnava, okay, is ocean of mercy, Kripa Sindhu. With all these things, offending a Vaishnava is the most horrifying mistake a person can do. That is what. So now we understand from Namabhasa, we can achieve this success. But there is something that also can destroy Namabhasa. There are 10 things that can destroy Namabhasa. That will be the discussion from tomorrow. Tomorrow is Ekadasi. On that Ekadasi day, it is very auspicious to do Krishna Katha. All right, to talk about Krishna is very auspicious. So please don't miss a live session. Please join. Okay. Same time. Till then, have a nice day. Hare Krishna. We open for question. Spiritual MLM. Sorry to take. Yeah, sure. We are done, Prabhu. Any question? Okay. So if there's no question, we end the session now. I hope you all have enjoyed. Even I have really enjoyed to gain this new knowledge. Although even though
Prabhu, 1 minute. Prabhu, Thursday is Pongal.
Thursday is Pongal, yeah?
Yeah. I'll be busy cooking in the morning because always every year I call my children all to come for lunch. Every year.
Yeah.
So I will open and I'll listen, keep on listening, but I don't know how far I can understand it.
Okay, now the question is, how many of you can join on Pongal?
Just go on Friday.
It can be fine to everyone, but not fine with me.
Okay, Prabhu, no problem.
Never mind. What we do, we replace the class on Friday evening. Is that okay?
Friday evening. I think
So
that
means
should be fine.
Thursday is Pongal. Okay, so Sankara Makranti, Sankara
Yes.
right? So there's a festival. In fact, the temples will be celebrating, I think, certain temples. So do you want to replace the class on Sunday? Okay, that means Thursday morning we don't have class. We replace it on Friday evening. So Friday we have 2 classes, one in the morning and one in the evening. Is it okay with everyone? Put a thumbs up.
Okay, Prabhu.
Okay. So Nagarajan Chalaya Prabhu, when you put the lion, that means I understand his thumbs up. All right. Okay. Very nice. Okay. So what we do, tomorrow is Ekadasi. It's a very auspicious day. Try to fast. Fasting Ekadasi means refraining from taking grains. So tomorrow is the day we become fruitarian. Just eat fruits. Okay. But fruits, sometimes roots, you can boil the potato, put little butter and pepper, take it like a mashed potato, this kind of thing, but don't take grains. Don't take dal, don't take rice, don't take barley, don't take soya. All right? Anything that's Prabhu, can I eat dosa because I don't see any grain? No, it came from the grain. Any grains or the product of grains, avoid tomorrow. Okay? And also time to give a break to your stomach. All right? Give a break to your stomach. Let whatever things that we've eaten to fully digest. All right? But whatever said and done, tomorrow, make a point to chant more rounds. Chant in Namabhasa. Okay, of course, we are still Namabhasa. Now we understand the glories of chanting. Maybe today you are chanting, maybe tomorrow, maybe it's the day. Those who have not chanting, those who are chanting, not chanting, complete. Maybe tomorrow, make a commitment. Don't take vow, make a commitment. Tomorrow, Ekadasi day, that I'm going to chant 16 rounds. Right? So try your best and let's then enjoy the full benefit of Ekadasi. Okay, it's 11:20. All right, so thank you so much for all your wonderful time, wonderful devotees. I'm so grateful to each and every one of you. We meet again tomorrow on Sattila Ekadasi at 9:15 to continue our discussion on Vaishnava Aparat, or the first offense, blaspheming the devotees. So we identify who is Vaishnava and who are the devotees. So we identify that so we get a clearer picture, right? So we get a clearer picture of the first offense that can destroy our sadhana bhakti. Till then, have a beautiful day. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha
Patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavyo namo namaha.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Nam Cintamani ki jai. Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Gaura Premanand.
Jai. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you. Have a great day.
Krishna Prabhu, thank you very
Hare
much.
Krishna Prabhu, thank you.
Gauranga.